So, I don't really believe the thing that I'm suggesting in this video, just to be completely transparent. Um, it's just a little, uh, food for thought, just a little fun hypothetical, I suppose. I don't believe that this is true in any regard because this would have been covered in Volume 6 if it were true. I think we can all agree on that. But just a little fun idea, let's put it. I don't know. Someone can use it for like a fan fiction or something if they want. So, the title and thumbnail already says it. Did Salem create the second humanity? Because it's not really explained how humanity comes to be the second time. I mean, technically it is. Technically, we got that day one, the very first episode, that man was born from dust. But that doesn't really tell us anything. Because it's kind of just it's like a less specific version of like how like Adam was created in like the Bible or something. Not to compare RWBY to real religion, but whatever. So we don't have any specifics on how they came to be. They just did, and it seemed to even surprise the God of Light that yeah, humanity was destroyed, but also it's alive again. And Jin explains that the reason that humanity doesn't have the power that it used to have is because of not having the gods around. That they don't have access to magic. They only have, a semblance of the power that they once had. Because everything's a pun. Everything in this show is a pun. All of it. It all is. It's all a pun. Jin explains that humanity isn't capable of those powers because the gods aren't around. And that may be the case. That may entirely be the case, and that may just be it. But what if? What if humanity was Salem's attempt at creation? Because that kind of seems to be like a recurring theme. Because the tree creates the brother gods, right? The brother gods then start their creations with the curious cat, with the Jabberwocker. So the dichotomy, or whatever you want to call it, the pattern seems to be that each creation starts to make its own creations, and that even trickles down to humanity with the creation of Penny. For some reason, humanity seems to be the worst at it, considering. But what we know that Salem she's already in the show created several Grimm. She's created the Hound out of that silver-eyed fox faunus, and that's more than likely what she ended up doing to Summer. She created Monstra. She created the winged Marangles, and who knows how many of the other creations within the show she's actually been responsible for making. What if humans were her first attempt? So if she creates the Grimm at the God of Darkness's domain, then surely humanity would be created at the God of Light's domain, right? Which, in my opinion, the God of Light's domain is now Lake Matsu. That's kind of the only place that I think makes any kind of sense. It's on the correct continent because that's the only other dragon-shaped continent, and it happens to be the one that's, shaped like a Chinese dragon. And it's also huge. Huge enough to where, fragments of another celestial body could have impacted like what we see in the Lost Fable when Salem is at the God of Light's domain. And it's also the only one of the two that we don't know its present day location, the other one being Salem's domain, which is claimed from the God of Darkness's domain. But God of Lights is just kind of gone. So my assumption is that that's like Matsu. So bonus theory. But what if before it became Lake Matsu and, had all the gravity fields, which would also tie into Moon, because gravity. But what if Salem showed up there before it turned into Lake Matsu properly and used whatever remaining God of Light magic was there to create humanity? Just as a real quick add-on, I also would like to point out that it would be very, 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 very ironic for the original humanity to have died at the God of Light's domain, only for Salem to then create the new humanity in the same place. And this would also account for the Faunus, as Salem creating something that's like a human but different, having attributes of other things. She gave the Barangools wings, okay? Like, it's not that far out of the question for what Salem's willing to do. But that also ties into the shallow sea. Oh, Lake Matsu is the shallow sea. God of Animals is actually Salem. Actually, come to think of it, the way that she styles her hair presently does kind of resemble all the different, like, horns and ears and antlers that the God of Animals had in fairy tales. I think that's coincidence, though. She didn't wear her hair like that back then. Salem creates humanity and the Faunus. And Salem does not want them to have nearly the amount of power that they used to have, because then they pose a threat. Even if she can't really die, they might find some way to incapacitate her if they have access to the same magic she does. So let's tone it down a little bit. Let's not give them the same amount of power that they used to have. Let's just make it a semblance of what it once was. And so Salem is the one who creates semblances, and she creates aura. Now the real question is why? The real question is why? Why would Salem create humanity? And I think that's another thing that really prevents this theory from really having anything other than a fun hypothetical going for it. Why would Salem create humanity when presently she seeks to destroy it? Spite, maybe? She is spiteful against the brothers, so if she can, create the same thing that they did, then, are they really that great? Are they really those great, powerful beings if this once mortal is now able to create the same thing that they created? Possibly. It's also possible that this is the reason that Grimm go after humans. Because if you look at the Grimm World of Remnant episode, it said that Grimm only go after humanity. And really Crow's explanation. Crow's explanation doesn't really elaborate on that. Crow's explanation is that the Grimm came first, and that the Grimm were part of Darkness's whole going against what Light created. But then why do the Grimm only target humans? That part has always been kind of weird to me, because the humans didn't come until later. But it could be that Salem's version of humanity she made with the intention of this is what the Grimm go after. Maybe. But then again, she's creating something for the sake of destroying it, is basically what I'm suggesting there. Which, again, is one of the main two reasons that this theory is nothing more than a fun hypothetical. And also, the Lost Fable would have covered this. Though, no, just a what if, just a fun idea. You can use it in a fan fiction if you want to write something with this, I guess. I don't know how far you could go with this idea, but it would be an interesting twist, I suppose. I don't really think it would work in canon with what's been portrayed, unless they can explain it away. Why we didn't already have this explanation, or some of the other inconsistencies, like, again, why would Salem create humanity when she's trying to destroy it? Oh, maybe she got lonely. She's the only person wandering remnant. Maybe she got lonely. She still experiences emotion. It's not like Salem is emotionless. She still experiences emotion. It's just that she kind of primarily only experiences anger. It's kind of just anger and arrogance that she portrays, and not so much anything else. But we've seen her be happy. We've seen her be happy a few times. Not often, but a few times. Oh, it's possible that she just got lonely, but now she's just angry again and wants to destroy everything. Or she created it with the intention of ruling over it, but then humanity rejected her because of her magic and her scary appearance. I don't know. Again, I'm only saying this as a hypothetical that I don't believe is actually canon. It's not like the Neo theory where, oh, is Neo a spider? Where it's like, I think that's actually the case, because I don't agree with the idea of Little Miss Malachite having a soft spot for Roman being the reason she helps Neo. That doesn't make sense with what happens in Roman Holiday. Doesn't make any sense. So, it's not like that. There are actually reasons that I think this is incorrect, but it's a fun idea, and go at it if you want to write something with it. Anyway, that's gonna do it. Do all of that YouTube algorithm stuff, like, comment, subscribe. Most of you are not subscribed, so little quick click. 2 clicks if you want to click the bell. And I will see you when I see you.